My name is Pat Carter. I'm from Cabot, Arkansas, and I got a 67 International pickup truck, C900A.
So how did you hear about Alan and get interested like in our chop class?
I watch a lot of videos on metal shaping, and you guys popped up with the algorithms, and from then on, it was like I was watching all your videos.
Do you feel like you've learned a lot and taken a lot from the class?
Yeah, oh, tremendous. Yeah, this is a humbling experience.
Are you happy?
That's an understatement. Yeah, the smile hasn't left my face since we started. So, yes, I'm very pleased with it.
What's up, y'all? I want to welcome y'all to the FAB chop class out here at Samuel Jackson. I want to thank Joe for inviting us out here. Thank Samuel Jackson for letting us use this place. We've got all the latest and greatest machinery around us that, you know, man can dream of. So we'll definitely be in the right vibe to get this done. And we're going to bring this thing down. We have a vision for it, so we just got to try to match that vision. We'll pass around a picture so everybody sees kind of where we're at. We'll get some square tubing. We'll get it braced up. Once we get it braced up, I'll kind of map it out with some tape. And after that, we'll just start cutting and then see where we end up. Hopefully, we end up somewhere we want to be. If not, we just got to make it happen. You know what I mean? At any cost. Thank you guys all for being here. This really means a lot to me and Laura. We're trying to keep the chop classes alive. You know, Gene was a big part of our lives and really changed our lives. So now just to keep his legacy going and everything that, all the knowledge he brought to me and everybody else that he worked with, we just got to share it. You know what I mean? I think, you know, he'll be watching us from above, making sure we do a good job. So it'll be great. And like I said, thank you again, and let's do it. Let's make it happen.
All right. I'm just going to kind of map out where we're going to do our cuts. And what I have to keep in mind is inside of here, we have these little brackets that hold our vent window, and they bolt to there. So we're going to just cut in between that. So we leave our little brackets there. That's kind of close, but we'll do a poster board. You say the poster board was in the truck?
Mm-hmm. I put it over here.
Oh, put it over here. Okay. What I'm doing here is I'm going to make me a 2.5-inch piece so I can use to map our thing around. Let's see. I'm going to go up 6 because I went up 5. So 5 puts me into my bracket. So 6 keeps me away from my bracket. And then we'll just mark it from here.
Okay. So guys, the way I did this was like, we've got our bracket back here where our vent window bolts in. I just went above that so we can keep that there. This is 2.5 inches we're going to start with. So I kind of marked my line at 6. I marked it on that side also at 6. And we're just going to wrap this around and we'll mark it. And once we mark it, we can use some tape. I think I got some tape somewhere just so we can see the line better. You know what I mean? With some tape. It doesn't necessarily got to be exact, but the more exact it just looks more uniform, looks a little bit better. All right, I'm going to use this straight as the top of this paper. That must be the side I cut because it's pretty straight. And I'm going to use it to mark my line. Cut line in the back, like we'll end up taking, say that I follow this line. I come all the way through right here. And then I'm going to take this and cut it all the way right here. And then from here we'll go straight down and then all the way across. Because on the back window, we're going to bring it down and we're kind of going to match it to like the doors so it'll all be level. I personally don't like making the back windows smaller. I know some people like it, but to me it just looks weird. And I don't want it to, I want it to look natural, as natural as possible. I think if we just bring the window down, that would look the way they should have done it in the first place. Now this panel here is double layered. You have an outer and the inner. We're gonna have to cut the inner also on this one, you know what I mean? I don't know, we can probably cut straight through it all the way, but we'll try it that way first and then we'll clean up whatever we gotta clean up. So this is 100% CO2. I like using 100% CO2 with 030 wire, especially when welding sheet metal. What I've learned, when you get the argon mix, the argon burns a little too hot, so then you start to pop. And when you do sheet metal, you really don't want to make any pops, because the cleanup work on that is very hard, and you can see where you cleaned it up, you know what I mean? So if we could just get solid welds, that's kind of the plan, and that's why I brought the CO2 100%. But this, yeah, so far I like that this has your sheet in here, and it tells you the thicknesses, 19 gauge, 14 gauge, 11 gauge, you know what I mean? It's got all your steel with your wire type, whatever wire you're using. We're using straight CO2 gas, so it gives you the gas type. The polarity is what I'm worried about with the extension cord. Nice, very nice. Yep. All right, here we go. It's 2 inches down here, and it tapers up to like 1.5. We have to, like, inside of here, it's got a couple little grooves in here, which is probably part of the window felt and all that stuff. So what we did when we marked this, we kind of got to get away from those, but at the same time, you find where you can transition that to this and still be able to make it smooth without, like, say we cut it up here, and then down here, when we put it down there, you're going to have a big open gap. So we try to kind of minimize that gap also. You keep that in mind too. All right. So these good, these are ready to cut. Sweet, let's cut away. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out this interior because it's double walled, and we just want to make sure that we cut it right. Let's cut this back out first. Let's cut this whole 2.5 inches out of this part. This is out of the way, and then we'll figure out how to take this piece out and bring it down. So yeah, just get the sawzall, leave about a 1/4 inch, so that way we can just come back, snip it off, and we'll be good. Go ahead and cut that front one, Jaden. All right. Where we cut? There we go. Yep. Measure it first, make sure it's 2.5. If it is, cut it. Same here, measure it. We'll slice that off. This right here, we'll go ahead and peel this off also, get it out the way. Let's go ahead and cut this.
Straight on
Just 2.5 inches. Let's cut this piece off. And I think by the time we cut this off, we'll shut all the doors, and lunch, it should be lunchtime by then. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We'll grab some lunch, and then we'll get back at it. And then after lunch, we'll kind of set it on there, see what it looks like. If we need to take more out, we'll drop it some more. All right, folks, so this is where we're at right now. Just going to show y'all, we've already taken out the 2.5 inches, so we're going to get something to eat. I would like to thank Juan and Laura Gonzalez. I wish you guys could be here. It's always great having you guys around, but your energy is here. You guys are feeding our guys, and thank y'all very much. What we're going to do is do a test fit, see how everything fits. If it kind of looks, we like how it fits, we're going to stick with 2.5 inches. I've had Gene in my ear for a couple days already, saying 2.5, no less, 2.5. So I'm hearing it and I'm feeling it. I think he would be happy with this one because we didn't cut through the back window. We're actually moving it down. This used to be a work truck because they had an antenna coming out of there. We'll plug that hole if we get a chance to. And here's the whole back window, and this is how we cut it. All this reinforcement just slides down. We cut our bracket. We took 2.5 inches out of our bracket. So this, when we bring it down, should meet up with what's on the inside of the cab now. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and don't forget to comment. Let us know how we're doing. And that said, I'm gonna grab it back. All right.
Come all the way forward. There we go. There we go. Oh my Lord. Let me see that window. So we have to add a little piece in there.
Very little, man.
Yeah.
Almost have to cut you an inch slack just so you don't have enough to weld in. You know, you're not.
Right, right. We could use
Yeah,
hopefully a piece of the.
this piece. Right.
Yeah. See how we cut this piece out? Now we're going to cut it in half and we use a piece to put right here. So it'll all look the same. We can pull it off. We'll set it on the stand or set it on that table over there upside down. We'll get these spot welds out. Yeah. And we'll remove this plate.
There's 5.
We should be able to just pull it a little bit, bring it where it needs to, yeah.
What you thinking?
I'm just making sure that that's 100% what we're doing. Yeah, 100%. It's not that much that we need to move out, you know what I mean? If we done 3 inch, then shit, we'd be in some shit. 2.5 inch was just perfect, so.
Thanks, Gene.
Thanks, Gene. Yep. I'm telling you, this past week, I've been just in my head, that conversation I had with Gene, he was a 2.5, no less. No less. I'm like, okay, yes, sir. Take this little plate out and then just make a little slice. We could just turn it just a little bit because it only needs to move a 1/2 inch on each side. With half inch really ain't much. So if we could take it out of here, we won't have to cut through the
Right.
roof.
You don't want to do all that.
Right. I mean, if we have to, yeah. Yeah. Put that back. There we go.
Welds right here.
Let's.
Get a spot weld here. Or up here, I guess back here.
I think we can split it.
Yeah, I think
Cut it
just
right above.
a curve.
Okay.
Yeah, just cut it right above, and we should be able to just pull it out just a hair.
Okay.
Just that length right there. Pull it again to see if we can get it, or hold it there and I'll pull it. It's flexing a little bit. All right, let me find a piece of bar.
What's going on
Come
in
on.
Adventure?
Yep,
All
let's
right.
go to an adventure. We're about to set this front end. You know how I'm always big about less cuts, less welding.
100%.
This thing is going to be very cool. It's going to have the cool factor in there. The longest piece we have to weld is behind the back window because we kept the back window big. So I don't mind doing all that welding back there. All right, we got options. These are going to be our guides pretty much. We'll have to probably lift up on the back, yep. Clean that up. Just clean that up, and then I'm gonna try to find a porta power. That way we can just push it out. He does?
Yeah, he's got one.
Okay. We're gonna trim this up because you see where it's touching right there, but then you have a big gap right
You
here.
need to straighten that out.
Yeah, I guess somebody pushed my blade down when I was cutting. Right? So now we have to improve this. See what happens when I help? There we go. There it is, 16 and a half. 16 and a half. Very nice. Okay. It's gotta be at 15 PSI, your gas. There, you hear the difference? To the bottom of the lip.
There.
It's 37 and a half. 37 and 5/8.
We're an 8. That's close enough.
Yeah.
Government work.
It's a little off. If you look at it right here.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
You know what? We're gonna get creative in here. I'm thinking if we cut it here, we should be able to just pull this back. So yeah, we're gonna slice out here. Look right here. We're gonna come straight up, slice out here. That way we're able to move these corners. So cut both ends here and there, and then put this where we want it. Put that where we want it.
put everything, all the corners where we
We'll
want
end
it.
up cutting this piece all the way out eventually, but
Right, all the way here and then just cut it off. We'll have to cut to that reinforcement, yeah. Okay, so we went from a 3-window, we're now making a 5-window. Nah, just joking. Relief cuts. We need to be able to move our stuff freely, and by removing all this and slicing our inner bracket, there's like 4 inner bracings in here holding all this together. The structure on this is just crazy how strong they built it, what they were thinking back in the day. So now that we got this out the way, we'll be able to manipulate this any way we want and get it lined up where we want. And then once we do, and then we'll fill in the gaps. So right now we got to get the main points on, stuff that we can't move that has to be there. And once we do that, and then we'll be able to just clean it up. And that's what we bought that sheet for, of 18 gauge. All right. All right, oh, watch your head. All right. See how I folded up? Removed. Let's line this up really good. If that's good, just tack it. Yep. That way that doesn't move. And to heat up the top of the B pillar in order to pull it in some to match. We're at the end of day 1, and as you see, we've pretty much got it all set in place. Our 4 points are tacked in or welded in. It's 2.5 inches out of the front, 2.5 inches out of the back. I didn't want to cut this back window because you look at this back window, could you imagine 2.5 inches out of that? It would have been a slot, a coin slot. Everybody's got their opinions, and I'm sure some people like that stuff, but we want it to look natural, like it came that way. It's always been my thing. Tomorrow we'll come in, we're gonna make these cell panels, I guess you want to call them, pork chops, AKA. I'll make these, cut it out, we'll weld it in, we'll weld all that in. The doors are very impressive, how the front of the door fits almost perfectly. There we go, look at that, one-handed, got it lined up. So back here you see we have a little bit of gap issue. I think what we're gonna end up doing is probably just, we're either gonna cut it and bring it back where we need to be. That way it's all square. Or we're gonna heat it up a little bit and just fold this back. So here we are, folks. 1967 International C900. First one in my books. And this is really one of my favorite ones because it just looks so good. It really does. Like looking at it from all angles, it's proportional to the vehicle. It looks like it belonged on the vehicle. And once once he drops the suspension, gets it lower to the ground, it's going to give it a rake. Like if you look, it has no engine, no transmission, so the front is higher than the rear. Once you put a drivetrain in here, the front's going to drop. It's going to give this chop, make it look like a rake, and it's even going to look more chopped. Day 1 is over. Time to go home. Let me see. I'm going to cut that all the way through. 17. Yeah. Watch me do extra work. Now he's just gonna cut it without me marking it. Wow. That's luxury, my friends. Look at that. Yeah, right there. I'm being spoiled out here. Ain't nothing like a 2x4 and the wheel. Back here it's already cut, so just see where it's already cut. So just straight right there. Just leave me that little lip so I can use that as a guide. When we brought the roof in, the bottoms are still wide. So when we try to put them on, it goes like this and then it dives straight. Even over there, I'm gonna have to slice it. This one too. When I put my piece on top of that one, it teeters. we were noticing that this piece right here comes up and our piece right here kind of kicks forward a little bit. And it's got to be straight all the way down to the bottom. So what we're going to do is cut this piece out and we're just going to remake this piece. We'll spot weld it back in, but we'll do it where it's straight. Here it won't matter up here, you know what I mean? Because the door is going to cover all that up. But we just got to get it square. So now that we have our piece, see if we can fit it in over here. There it is. I'm gonna do a test run real quick. All right, folks, so there it is. Got my celebration cigar. And let me give you a little walk around. So this is 2.5 inches out of the roof. And like I said, the last conversation I had with Gene, it was 2.5 inches on the truck. No less. So we did no less than 2.5 inches. This is what we came up with. My little cell panel I had to make on this side. You see the window, we dropped it so it almost matches the windshield and the side windows. It's not way up here. So everything about it just flows natural. And that's really what we were looking for. This side is a little Frankenstein, but we ran out of time. Half our students didn't come back the second day, so we had a lot of work to do. This is a 2-day chop. Normally we do 3 days, but being that they let us borrow this awesome facility, we were willing to work with the 2 days, and we got as much done as we can. I want to thank my crew, this crew that came in and helped us bang this out. So amazing. I want to thank Samuel Jackson. I want to thank Joe and Irma for just making everything happen. I want to thank Juan and Laura for sponsoring. I want to thank Kevin and the shop. And I also want to thank my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad. They cooked us an awesome meal today. So thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed. First thing we're giving away, thank you to O'Reilly's in Magnolia. It's going to be the car wash bucket with some detail stuff. Come on, pull me a name. Come on, Jaden. So watch my truck when you're done. All right. Now, second thing we're going to give away is the helmet, man. I just feel like I have to give it to somebody because we all worked our asses off and somebody deserves it.
So thank you, Art Captain, for the helmet.
Thank you, Art Captain. Drum roll.
Dickie! So for those of you, this is Dickie's second helmet.
Oh.
And also to Pat, thanks for letting us chop your top.
Thank you, brother.
Here's a
I
little
want to give this to you, man.
plaque to hang
Thank
up
you
and
very
stuff.
much. So.